Freedom does not come from escaping life's pain, but from transforming the way you relate to it. Most people believe that peace is found by removing all struggle, all noise, all darkness. But life will never stop changing. It moves like the ocean, calm one moment, stormy the next. If you depend on calm seas to feel at peace, you will live in fear of every wave. Real freedom is not found by controlling the waves, but by learning how to stand steady within them. To do this, you need three qualities: awareness, patience, and balance. When these three grow within you, no storm can drown your spirit. Awareness is the beginning. Without awareness, you are lost in the movements of your thoughts and emotions. They pull you in every direction. You become angry without knowing why, sad without understanding how, and restless without any cause. Awareness is like light entering a dark room. Suddenly you can see what was always there. The moment you become aware, you are no longer controlled by what you see. You might still feel pain, but now you can observe it. You might still have negative thoughts, but now you know they are thoughts, not reality. Awareness does not remove challenges, it removes blindness. When awareness is strong, you begin to live consciously. You notice the small details, the rhythm of your breath, the tension in your body, the speed of your thoughts. You catch yourself before reacting, and in that pause you find freedom. Awareness gives you space between the event and your response, between the noise and your stillness. That space is everything. Within it, wisdom can arise. You stop being a slave to your emotions and start becoming the master of your inner world. But awareness alone is not enough. The moment you start observing yourself, you will see how restless and impatient the mind truly is. It wants everything now. It wants results, recognition, answers. When they don't come quickly, frustration appears. That is where patience enters. Patience is the ability to stay grounded while time does its work. It is trust in the unseen process. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up each day to check if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and wait. Life grows in silence and time. The same is true for inner transformation. You must allow awareness to deepen slowly, like roots spreading beneath the soil. Patience teaches humility. It reminds you that not everything is under your control. You can prepare, you can practice, but the timing belongs to something greater. When pain comes, patience whispers, "This too will pass." When nothing seems to move, patience reminds you that even stillness is part of the dance. Impatience creates tension. Patience brings relaxation, and in that relaxation, understanding grows. To live with patience does not mean you stop acting. It means you act without anxiety. You keep doing what is right, even when results are invisible. You continue your discipline, your mindfulness, your compassion, not because it guarantees reward, but because it is the way to remain true to yourself. In this way, patience becomes strength. It gives you endurance in hardship and calmness in uncertainty. It keeps you steady when others crumble under the weight of frustration. The third element, balance, is the harmony that holds awareness and patience together. Balance is the art of walking the middle path, not too rigid, not too loose, not overreacting, not indifferent. Balance means knowing when to push forward and when to step back. It is the quiet intelligence that allows you to flow with life rather than fight it. In nature, everything moves in balance. Day follows night, the tide rises and falls, the heart contracts and expands. If you live only in one extreme, you create suffering. Work too much and you burn out. Rest too much and you grow weak. Speak too often and your words lose power. Remain silent too long, and your truth dies within you. Balance means moving in rhythm with life, effort and ease, discipline and surrender, sound and silence. When you live this way, you align with the natural order of existence, and that alignment brings peace. Awareness, patience, and balance are not learned in one moment. They grow through practice. Life gives you opportunities every day to develop them. When someone speaks harshly to you, that is your training in awareness. Can you see your anger before it controls you? When things do not go as planned, that is your training in patience. Can you trust the process without losing faith? When success or failure comes, that is your training in balance. Can you stay grounded, neither inflated by pride nor crushed by disappointment? Freedom is the result of practicing these qualities over time. Awareness frees you from ignorance. Patience frees you from time. Balance frees you from extremes. Together, they form a mind that remains unmoved even in chaos. You still feel, you still care, you still act, but you are no longer thrown around by the changing conditions of life. Many people believe that freedom means doing whatever you want, but that kind of freedom often leads to chaos and confusion. True freedom is inner stability. It means you can choose your response consciously, no matter what happens. You are no longer a puppet pulled by emotions, nor a prisoner of your thoughts. When anger arises, you see it and breathe. When fear whispers, you recognize it and stay calm. When pain comes, you accept it without complaint. This kind of freedom cannot be given to you. It must be cultivated from within. There will be times when all three, awareness, patience, and balance, will be tested. You will feel lost, restless, or off-center. The mind will say, "I cannot do this." But remember that too is a thought. Breathe and return to awareness. Remember that even imbalance is part of learning balance. Every fall teaches you how to stand more firmly. Every failure refines your patience. Every moment of confusion deepens your awareness. Freedom grows through understanding, not through avoidance. If you run away from pain, you remain chained to fear. But if you turn toward pain with awareness, accept its presence with patience, and maintain your balance through it, you begin to transform it. What once seemed unbearable becomes a doorway to wisdom. You start to see that pain and peace are not opposites. They coexist. Pain sharpens awareness, patience softens the heart, and balance keeps both in harmony. To live this way is to live awake. You no longer chase happiness or reject sorrow. You simply experience life as it comes fully, consciously, gracefully. You realize that both joy and sadness have something to teach you. Joy teaches gratitude. Sadness teaches compassion. Success teaches confidence. Failure teaches humility. Awareness, patience, and balance allow you to receive all experiences with open hands. Nothing is wasted. Everything contributes to your understanding. There is a quiet dignity in such living. You no longer need to prove anything. You no longer fight against life or cling to what you cannot keep. You walk through the world with calm eyes and a steady heart. When joy arrives, you smile. When pain comes, you bow. You understand that both are visitors in the same house, and you are the space that welcomes them. Freedom, in the end, is not about escaping suffering, but transforming it. It is the ability to remain still in movement, peaceful in struggle, and clear in confusion. It is not an achievement, but a realization that nothing outside you can disturb your inner balance unless you allow it. So walk gently through life. Be aware of what rises within you. Be patient with what takes time. Be balanced in all you do. Then even when storms rage around you, your center will remain calm. The world will change, people will come and go, seasons will shift, but your inner sky will stay vast and clear. And when you reach that point, you will see that freedom was never something you had to chase. It was always here, beneath the noise, beneath the fear, waiting for you to become still enough to feel it.